Hello everyone, my name is Callie Wilson and I am the HCM training manager here at Higher Level. And I wanted to thank you for taking the time to spend with me right now and talk about the benefit and features of employee self-service for iSolved and what it can offer for you if you're the payroll rep, or if you are someone who's having to deal a lot with the ins and outs of getting people access to pay stubs, things like that. Some of the features we have and what this can definitely help you with and ease some of the burden of you having to provide information to your employees all the time. Like I said, my name is Callie and I'm the training manager here at Higher Level. So if you have any questions, you can follow up with me. My email address is payroll4@higherlevel.com, or you can reach out to your account rep and they can definitely either answer your question or reach out to me if they don't know the answer. So I wanted to start off by showing you what the email looks like that your employees will see when they go to register for the employee self-service. So the system, iSolved, is going to automatically generate an email that gets sent out to them. And I wanted to let you see what that looks like. So they're going to get an auto-generated email that is addressed to them, and it's going to have a link that they need to click on. It's going to say in the body of that email that the authorization code or PIN they need is going to be the last 4 digits of their social security number. We have a lot of people who overlook this key piece of information. So if someone ever comes to you and says, I don't know what the authorization code or PIN is, it's the last 4 of their social. If for some reason that isn't working, it's because we have their social security wrong in the system. So reach out to your account rep and confirm what their social is so we can make sure to get that updated, and then it should work just fine. So this is a document that we can provide to you that you can also provide directly to your employees if that would be helpful as well, but I just wanted to walk you through it. So it's going to send them an email, and then it's going to take them through creating their password. Now, as you are all aware, since you get into to iSolved all the time, the password does have to be pretty detailed. So it will tell them what all the password requirements are. That's listed here. So just make sure that if they keep getting messages that it's not working, it's probably because their password isn't specific to what the requirements are. So they're going to want to fill all that information in. And then it's going to take us through looking at what the employees will see. And I'm going to take you directly into the system and show you that. Many of you are going to be familiar with what this looks like, but let's just walk through it. And I just want to talk about some of the added features that you can add if you don't already have them. So if you have any questions back on this piece of it, how they're getting this email, we can talk through that. I will open it up for questions at the end if we need to go back and cover anything. So once they set up their initial registration, how they log into the system is the exact same way that you and I log into the system. So they're going to come here and they're going to go to higherlevel.myisolved.com. They're going to put in their email address and whatever password they created, and that's how they're going to log in. If they, for some reason, forgot their password, they can click that button and resend it. Again, their username is going to be their email address that we set up in the system, okay? So once they log in, I'm going to show you what they will see. So they're going to come down, it's going to automatically open to employee self-service for them. And one of the most common things that people are going to see is their pay history. That's what they want, right? They want to view their pay stubs. So they're going to click on this pay history link, and it's going to default to the last check that they received in the system. That's what's automatically going to be highlighted up here at the top. Down below, they're going to see the details of that check. So they're going to see the check date, the pay period, their gross wages, their net pay. If it was a check, there's going to be a check amount right here. if it's a direct deposit or a check number, that is going to be listed here as well. This is going to give the detail of their earnings, regular hours, overtime, salary, anything like that. Any reimbursements they might have are going to be listed over here. You can also see that the employer paid portion of medical, dental, excuse me, and a 401k match are all listed over here as well. These are not factored into gross pay. That's important to know. These are not factored into gross pay because they're employer amounts. In the middle here, you'll see whatever deductions they might have coming out. This is going to show any direct deposits. If they have multiple direct deposits set up, they have $25 going into a savings account and the rest going into a checking. Each of those is going to be listed down here. And then over here on the far right, you see tax information. So up here, it's going to tell us exactly what they're filing. So they're going to see, oh, I'm filing single and zero for my federal withholding. So then they're going to see their portion of taxes, and then down below, it's employer portion of taxes. Now, if they need to print this out and provide it to a housing authority or anyone that they may need to actually turn in pay stubs for, then they can click this View Print Pay Stub button right up here. And it does pop it open into a nice PDF that they can print right from there. So they can provide that to whoever they might need to provide that to. And I apologize, this is taking a minute. So here it pops it open into something that they can print out nice and neat and provide to anyone they may need to provide that to. Now, as long as their payroll, the company's payroll, was processed in iSolved, it's always going to be listed here, going back as far as time, if it was processed in iSolved. So down here, you'll see a drop down. So if you've been with iSolved for 2 years, they're going to see a drop down here to go between the different years and be able to get those pay stubs that way. So that's a quick view on how to look at the pay stub. I also want to talk about W-2s. So it's very common to also have access to W-2s so that they're not coming back to you time and time again to say, hey, I need another copy of my W-2. Hey, I need another copy of my W-2. So they'll be able to see their W-2 forms here as well. It will be listed here, and all they'll have to do is click View Document. And then that W-2 will pop up. And they'll be able to print that and use it for whatever they might need it for. So that's really handy as well. We do have the capability of, if you want terminated employees to continue to have access to their pay stubs and their W-2s, even after they are no longer with your company, that is an option. We just have to turn that feature on the back end. So let your account rep know that you do want termed employees to be able to see their pay stubs and their W-2s. That is something we can absolutely accommodate. Just let us know. I want to talk quickly about how you can send out the information for self-service. So if you enter your new hires, you're familiar with this. If we enter the new hires for you, you might not be familiar with this. So I just want to talk about it real quickly. It's very, very easy to send out registration emails for employee self-service. So at the employee level, you're going to go into employee management, employee maintenance, general. On the screen over on the right-hand side, you're going to see self-service information. This is where you can type in the email address that you want associated with their self-service account. This could be the work email, this could be a personal email, whatever is your standard operating procedure is totally fine. Once you have this in here and saved, you're going to check this box to enable self-service access, and then you're going to click Save. And an email is going to automatically go out of the system. So that just got an email. If for some reason they say, hey, we never got an email, hey, I locked myself out, it's not working. If they did lock themselves out, this box could be checked. all you would need to do is uncheck this box and hit the save button, and they should be able to try again. If this box isn't checked and you want to resend out the registration because they're really having a hard time, they want to try it from a new computer, whatever the case may be, if they're having technical difficulties, you can uncheck this box, hit save, recheck this box, hit save, and it will resend them out a new registration link. Super easy. If you need any help though, don't hesitate to reach out to your account rep. We're happy to help you the first few times you're trying to get this set up. So that's how you can resend the link to the employee themselves, or if they need it going to a different, if they don't have access to that email address anymore, and you need to reset it up, that's a good solution as well. Put in the new email address that they want associated with their account. It's important to note that you can't see passwords and we can't see passwords either. So they really will have to click the forgot password button, or you'll have to send them out a new link if for some reason they're struggling with their password. We're not able to set it up and you aren't either. So that's important. You can see down here that there are a lot of options for what we can add to employee self-service. This basically is the whole gamut of options for employees for what they could see for employee self-service. We're mainly, the most common ones, like I mentioned before, are pay history and W-2 access. If you wanted employees to be able to see some of their employee profile information and their address and or emergency contact information, we can turn that on so that they can see that. Not a problem, just let us know. You can also see down here that they can see their direct deposit information. Now with any of these features, direct deposit, emergency contacts, address, tax withholding updates, we can make it so that if you want them to be able to start changes, to activate changes, like they want to change their withholding, they want to update their address, they want to put in a new direct deposit, we can turn those features on and make it flow through what we call a workflow in iSolved, so that when they make those changes, then their manager or whoever is your payroll processor in-house, that person will be notified so that they can verify that change before it flows actually through to the system. So that's especially important for direct deposits when we're thinking about those. If someone says, yeah, I got this new account information, that's great, but we need to double check that that routing and account number is entered accurately so that it does hit their account when payday comes. So that's an example of something you definitely want to send through a workflow so that another set of eyes could go on it before it was approved and committed to the system. So if you are a company that uses, let's say, different certifications were really important, so that could be CPR certifications, or let's say driver's licenses or things like that, we could keep track of your certifications in here with dates that they expired if needed. And then we could also set out reminders to, let's say, 30 days out, say this specific certification is expiring. You know, does this need to be updated? So that would alert managers and the employee themselves, hey, this certification is about to expire. So if that's something you might be interested in, again, let us know. If you want to keep track of any trainings or any special skills, that's something that we can always keep track of in here. Employee documents is something that I do want to spend a minute talking about as well. So a lot of times, let's say you have them sign off on their new hire paperwork or an employee handbook, and you want to scan that in and upload it to their file, you could do that. So all you have to do is scan it, click add a document, choose what kind of document it is. You can name it right here. So maybe hand signature. You'd go and find that file on your computer, wherever you saved it. And then you can determine who sees what documents. You might want to do that with handbooks. If there's any disciplinary actions you might want to keep in their record, child supports or any garnishments you may want to save so that they have access to view them as well. So employee documents is a really, really great feature for you to be able, for a place for you to be able to save information specific to that employee. And then you can decide if the employee can see it or not. But if you have a client level login, the user, then you'll be able to see all the documents out here. Okay. So that's a little bit about employee self-service. If you're a client that has an iSolved time, then you're used to seeing this for that. If you're a client that we track your accruals and your time off requests, if that is all managed through the system, that happens here too. You're more familiar with it because of that. If you don't use it currently and it's something you're interested in, please reach out to me or your account rep. We're happy to talk through that with you about some options and do a specific demonstration and talk through what that might look like. I'm going to open it up to questions here for a minute. Does anyone have any questions for me that I could try and help answer if I didn't touch on anything? You can throw it in the chat if you do. Oh, I think I forgot to mention, paychecks are posted on payday. So if we close your payroll on Wednesday and your payday is typically a Friday, employees are not going to be able to see their pay stubs in their pay history until payday. Just throw that out there and make that clear. W-2s are not available to see until the month after. So 2019 W-2s will be able to be viewed on February 1st of 2020. Okay. So paychecks are available on payday. W-2s are available February 1st of the following year. All right, well, if no one has any other questions, I want to thank you for your time today. Once again, my name is Callie Wilson. I'm the HCM training manager here at Higher Level. Please don't hesitate to reply to the email if you have any questions for that registration email you got, or reach out to your account rep. If they can't answer it, they will point you in the direction of me, someone who hopefully can. Thank you so much and have a great day. Appreciate your time.